Only halfway through the trading session, GameStop short sellers have burned through 700,000 shares. And now, according to Interactive Brokers, there are 0 shares available to borrow for GameStop. Plus, we have another whale purchasing more call contracts on GameStop, once again for that expiration date, June 21st, which is going to bring us into the options chain. We are winning by almost triple on AMC, 29,000 calls compared to 9,000 puts. Now, Stonko Tracker gets their information from a third party. We're using it for the trend, and the trend shows that we may see possible gamma ramping going forward with GameStop as well as AMC. GameStop winning by more than quadruple call to put ratio, continuing to rally. And before we get into the charts, I want to cover a couple more things. AMC short interest sitting at 12.57%, so barely increasing. And lastly, GameStop just crossed the golden cross on the daily time frame, which is huge for any given chart. This is an extremely bullish indication that the stock is going to move higher. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to cover with AMC as well as GameStop, so make sure to watch until the end of the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. And there are two things that I want to talk about really fast before we get into the charts with AMC as well as GameStop. Yesterday, what did we say? We called out Toys R Us. We pointed out the correlation between GameStop as well as Toys R Us, and this thing ran over 700%. I sent to Discord, I said, whoa, what is happening? What did we talk about? This is exactly what we talked about. Now, keep in mind, you can't really purchase this on a lot of different brokers, but it's interesting to see things like Toys R Us, Ethereum Classic correlate with GameStop and AMC and show that their moves are going forward. And also, we talked about how GameStop was already moving in the German markets, and then it was up 25% in Robinhood 24-hour trading. So we're tracking the price action constantly on GameStop and AMC, and we saw that it was coming into the week extremely bullish. But where are we going to go? GameStop is trading at $23, up 21.05% on the day. If the trend continued, this is something that you could see happen. GameStop flatly trading around $22.60 before scaling higher and essentially testing $30.35 right up to this range before moving up, which is exactly where this resistance level is at $29.50. This is a level that we want to see GameStop break over. If we clean break above $30.50, watch $32.50, $37 to $40 range, and then you have a major move up to all the way up to that $57 range, and then we'll talk even further. By the way, I am still in call contracts. In fact, I'm in a lot of calls for GameStop as well as AMC. We want to see GameStop hold above $21.30. As long as we stay above that, GameStop is in a nice momentum path to potentially push us higher. Now, I want to point out another thing, GameStop on the RSI, and it will be different for AMC. The RSI played exactly the same as back during the January 2021 squeeze. Now, this indicates something not good and good as well. It indicates that we may see a larger move, but may not surpass the previous move. But that doesn't have to be the case, seeing the CAT system is being implemented as well as T+1, which is going to change the game completely. So take these charting cycles with a grain of salt. RSI came down, tested down here around the 47, got a pop, and that was when we had that second rip. GameStop, the same thing, came down, tested the 47, getting this pop right now, and this is just the beginning, and now we're all positioned accordingly, unlike we were back in 2021. AMC trading at $497, up about 2.7% on the day. If the trend continues, this is something that you would see hugging this line and essentially coming into this box that we're tracking between $5.30 up to $5.75. If we get a clean break above that, you're watching $6.30, $9, $12, $20. Okay, those are the levels for AMC. Now, something negative to point out on AMC that I do see is AMC every single time. I just want to point this out. Take a look at how it's trading right here, right? Got that move higher and then the scale down kind of consolidating, right? When the RSI has gone this high on the daily, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, every single time it's played out the same exact thing. You got this wick, this sell-off, slight scale higher before nosediving, right? Same thing, same exact thing every time. With that being said, you'd see AMC slightly scale higher before nosediving once again, and that height wouldn't be too high, right? It'd be between 630 and 750 if it were to do the same exact thing. So I just want to point that out as a negative thing as well. Okay, US stock trades will start settling in just 1 day instead of 2 from today. So T+1 is being implemented today, starting tomorrow, right? Couple other things that are odd. NASDAQ has disabled routing to members exchange. NASDAQ will declare self-help at market open if issue continues. Drop your theories in the comments down below. And almost last but not least, Citadel receives suspicious package with green surprise. When Citadel employees arrived at work this morning, one of their staff received a small package bound for Ken Griffin. An employee who spoke anonymously to the Rocket described what was inside. Dildos, green dildos, and crayons. When asked if there was a note, the employees reported just a small note with a picture of the moon. This is hilarious. Shout out to the GameStop and AMC shareholders. This is all just good fun, right? Okay, lastly, before we get into the market and crypto, the US Treasury will initiate a buyback program from May 29th, which is tomorrow. About $2 billion will flow into the economy every week. Fresh liquidity will enter the market, which is hugely bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. Now, before we get into the market and crypto and another play that I want to talk about, guys, you only have about a week left to get 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven: Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Tesla. Use my link, open a Moomoo account, and make a deposit of $100. You can see it's the second link under the video. They also allow you to trade options, short stocks, go long, view other exchanges, and a ton of other benefits as well. So use my link, it's a free broker, open an account and make a deposit into there. If you've signed up through my link, make sure to deposit before May is done. Also guys, if you need a video editor, whether it's for your Instagram, your Snapchat, your TikTok, or for something that you want to create for your family or your YouTube, whatever it is, if you need a video editor, I'm going to drop an email right here. Just tell him I sent you. He does crazy good work, or definitely a solid price, a steal, especially if you say that I sent you. Okay, moving on, the S&P 500. Again, if trend continues, this is what you will see. And honestly, this is the likely scenario, seeing that there is nothing telling us that the SPY will be bearish. However, there is no indication that we have the momentum to continue in a bullish direction, and we're kind of still sitting waiting. 528.96 basically flat on the day. SPY is forming ugly head and shoulders on the 45-minute time frame, which would mean we'd come down to test 527.75 and potentially break lower back down to 524.50. If that is the case, we want to see a hold there, and if we can't hold there, you're watching a retrace back down to 520. If we break under 520 at all, the SPY is likely to go into a deeper correction. Little sprinkle on top, Apple iPhone shipments in China jumped 52% in April after price cuts. And I want to talk quickly about Nvidia. The strength in this stock is absolutely insane. Finally broke above 1100, which was one of our price targets, and we have called out this entire move on Nvidia, capping out potentially, in my opinion, at 1300. I don't think Nvidia is going to go past 13. Yeah, it could very quickly and maybe not even make it up to that, right? But if Nvidia does go to 1300, I will personally be loading puts on Nvidia without too much fear. Okay, I'm going in on that. Bitcoin, really quick, trend continuation. You're watching Bitcoin to come down to 66,500. We need to hold 66,500, or you're coming right back down to 64,000. Overall, I think this is just a little bit of cool off for Bitcoin and crypto across the board. Ethereum likely to come down to 3750. As long as Ethereum holds this zone between 3,500 and 3,350, Ethereum is still bullish. Even if we saw a retracement down to here, consolidation before moving higher, I wouldn't mind. If we do come down to 3,350, consolidate and move back up, expect a clean break over 4,200 on Ethereum. All right, guys, make sure to go get my custom indicator, the top link under the video, and join the Discord server. Come talk with me. Come talk with the most amazing people, stocks as well as crypto all day long. We also have options trading alerts in there and more. I'm hyped for AMC as well as GameStop. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.